Guys, have you ever stared at your bank balance after paying bills and you felt that deep, heavy silence? You understand that moment when you realize you are working so hard, yet you are still not free. I have been there. Trust me, I have been there countless times, and I know what it feels like to be stuck in debt. I know what it feels like to wake up very anxious the following day about the next pay bill, like you getting yourself worked up and all of that. You keep wondering what could be, what could come up, what is the next expected expenses, the next overdraft notifications and all of that. Truth of the matter is, getting out of debt doesn't start with luck. No, it starts with small, smart, consistent steps. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to share 5 real side hustles that can actually help you. Trust me, it has helped me and thousands of others pay off our debt faster and before we could even imagine it. So please grab a notebook, because we are not going to waste much of our time here, right? We are not just talking about making extra money. No, we are talking about making your freedom back. So stick with me to the end, because at the end of this video I'm going to share with you 3 practical lessons that actually will help you to stay out of debt for the rest of your life. Now let's get started. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Friends, if you're new here, this is where we talk about side hustles, financial freedoms, and how to create income that works for you. My name is Motoni, and years ago, guys, I was drowning in credit card debt between student loans and car payments, a lot of debt. I owe like a lot that I couldn't even sleep. I could barely sleep. Sometimes I felt embarrassed and lost seeing those people that I'm owing. But one day I was scrolling through YouTube just like you are doing now, and I stumbled on a video about side hustles. You understand? That particular video itself changed a lot of things in my life. So today I'm not going to be here, to give you the theory. I'm also going to give you the practical and the proven side hustle that actually help me break out of some of this debt and all of that. So let us dive in immediately. Now, number 1 side hustle that you can actually start at the comfort of your zone without much stress is what we call freelancing. You understand? I know that a lot of us have been hearing about this word freelancing, but in case you've not heard of it, maybe this is your first time of coming across this. Freelancing is one of the most flexible, beginners-friendly side hustle that can pay off your debt, and it is growing faster than ever, especially in this current year 2025. Now, when I started, I didn't have fancy skills, just like I don't have all those fancy skills. I only have the basic writing and design. So I signed up on Fiverr and Upwork, and I started offering simple GIGs, product descriptions, blog articles, social media posts, and all of that. And trust me, my first order my first order got me a $5, just $5. A lot of us might say that this $5 is very small and all of that. Yes, it is very small, but for a beginner like me, it felt like a million to me. You understand? I still remember the excitement like it was yesterday. You understand? Yeah, I still felt it even now. So I kept on doing this. Within the next few months, everything changed. This particular freelancing covered a lot of my debt which I was owing then, and that is it. So at some point I met this my friend. Her name is Sarah. Actually, I met her on a Facebook. She was a single mom, and she was doing voiceover gigs from her closest with just $20 microphone, and in less than a year she paid off nearly 1,000 of debt that was recording at that almost choked her and all of that. You understand? So she just positioned herself and grabbed that offer, and trust me, this whole thing really changed a lot for her. So one of the beauties of freelancing, it is like freelancing helps you to grow, and it grows with you as well. So the more you learn it, the more you earn. You understand? Skills like writing, design, video editing, and virtual assistant are in constant demand every day. So you can engage yourself in any of these. Now, this is the practical tip I have for you when it comes to freelancing. Start small. Don't wait until you have the whole thing. Start small. Create a profile. Post samples and treat your first customers like gold. Ask for reviews. Trust me, reviews help to build trust. And at the end of it all, trust itself builds income. And remember, freelancing isn't a quick cash grab. No, it is a bridge. It is a bridge from financial struggles to financial independence, right? So that is it about starting a freelancing business. Now, another side hustle that you can actually venture into is content creation. Yes, a lot of persons say that content creation is very hard, is this, is that. But trust me, you might think that content creating is oversaturated, but that's only half truth. Yes, the truth is creators who solve problem always stand out, and depth is one of the biggest problem out there. So start when I started my YouTube journey at the initial time, I started by filming videos on my phone. You understand? At that point, I don't have any fancy lights, no camera. I simply shared what I was learning about budgeting and making money online, and also when it comes to growing of YouTube and all of that. And the first few videos that I created that time, I knew how far it went. You understand? It wasn't going that smoothly fine, but then I kept going. You understand? So at a point, one video that I made that period about storytelling, one of those videos blew up. You understand? It blew up and it gave me this visibility that I didn't even imagine. You understand? So that is just it. If you are lucky enough, before you will even know it, you get monetized immediately, and you never can tell. One of those videos that you didn't even put much effort in, those videos can actually, when you get monetized, it can fetch you as much as $1,000. You understand? So you can actually start from it. Now, also, you need to know that content creating is one of the most powerful side hustles for financial freedom because it compounds over time. Yes, each video, each post, each blog you create becomes an asset, something that can actually end you for years. You understand? That is where what is it called? Content creating comes in. Whether it is a YouTube, whether it is TikTok or blog, just focus on value, teach people, inspire people, and entertain people, right? So that is just it. There is this guy that I always come across his channel, Marcos. He was a former security guard who started a TikTok channel reviewing budget tech gadgets, you understand? And within 6 months, his channel crossed over 100,000 followers and brands began sending him products. So he even earns more from his side hustle than a full-time business that he had. So you see, content creation is a one-time business that you can actually start, and it will give you it is going to settle your debt for the rest of your life. Now, you don't need to go viral. No, you just need to stay consistent. The algorithm rewards consistency and genuine connection. With time, you are going to have that virality or viral video that you are looking out for. So that is it about content creating. Now, the third side hustle that one can actually venture into is selling digital products. You understand? This is one of my personal favorite actually, and it's changed a lot. You understand? Selling digital products means creating something once and selling it infinitely. You understand? You can think of, creating ebooks. You can think of creating templates, online courses, printable or Notion planners. You understand? Now, when I have a friend of mine that created her first digital product. It was a simple budget tracker template, and it took her just days for her to design it. And when she finally uploaded it in ST and Gumroad, she put up the price at $8, and within a month she made over $320. You understand? Not millions, but enough to realize that she can actually make money while she's sleeping, right? So digital products are one of the most sustainable side hustles to make money online. No inventories, no shipping, no employees. You understand? So that is just it. Now, I also have a tip for you when it comes to this. You need to ask yourself some questions. What problem have I solved for myself? that solution can actually become your digital product. You see that? So that is it. Now, number 4 side hustle that one can actually start with is delivery and GIG apps. You understand? Now, when a friend of mine was paying off his credit cards, he used DoorDash and Uber Eats in the evening after his work. You understand? It wasn't glamorous. Some nights he works long, but with extra, $40 to $50, it went straight into his debt payment. So with over 6 months time and all of that, those nights added up. You understand? Which eventually generated $2,000 for him. That was his turning point. You understand? So this is one of the realities of this. GIG apps aren't passive income, no, but they are instant. You work, you earn, and you see results faster. Plus apps like Instacart, Amazon Flex, and Lyft, they are always hiring people. They are looking for people that can actually help them to market their product. And here is the pro tip about this. You need to schedule your shifts in high demand hours, weeks, dinner time, and even payday Fridays. Combine it with financial discipline, and every GIG dollar goes directly to your debit. You understand? Not lifestyle upgrade actually. Now, number 5 side hustle is what? Online tutoring or teaching a skill. Now, if you have a skill, even if it is basic, someone out there is willing to pay to learn it. Yes, you have a lot of platforms that you can, like, you have a lot of platforms like Preply, Teachable, and Skillshare that can actually make it very simple for you to teach all these things. Maybe you want to go into English, maths, you want to teach people how to design, or if you want to teach people how to earn a side hustle for themselves. You understand? I once taught people how to do a video editing. I once taught people how to design flyers, and I know how much I made during that period of teaching people how to edit videos, create flyers. I know how much it pays. You understand? Mind you that teaching doesn't just pay you. No. When you are teaching, you are being empowered, and it reminds you how far you have come. You understand? I have a friend of mine, Elijah, that teaches guitar, like how to play guitars. He teaches it online, and he paid off a lot of debt from his student loan under just 1 year. Do you understand? Just from 3 students per week. He teaches 3 students per week, and these 3 students per week covered all his debt. So you don't need to sit on this and let it slide. Now, I have 3 practical lessons for you. If you have stayed to the end, to this very moment, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not. So these are the 3 practical lessons that you have to go in now. Before we wrap it up, I promise you 3 powerful lessons that will actually help you not to get out of debt, but to stay out of it. You understand? Number 1 practical step is for you to know what we call mindset before money. Debt freedom starts in your mind. You have to see money differently, not as something you chase, but as something you direct. You understand? So if your mindset is, maybe you are always like, I'm always broke, your choice will reflect that. You understand? If you're always having this negativity in your mind, it will always reflect in your choices. So you need to start saying positive things about yourself. Start saying things that I am learning to manage my money, I am rich, I am that. You understand? Just be positive at all time. Now, the number 2 tip is what? Pay yourself first. Trust me, every side hustle income, even if it is $20, do well to split it. Maybe split it into 70% towards debt, 20% towards saving, and 10% towards joy. That last 10% keeps you human. It rewards yourself for your progress. You understand? Now, the number 3 tip is what? Stay consistent and not perfect. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Consistency beats talent. You don't have to do everything. Just keep showing up, right? So if you have made it this far, I want you to remember something very powerful. Debt doesn't define you. It's just a lesson, not your story ending. These side hustles aren't just about extra cash. They are about control. They are about proving to yourself that you can actually change your financial stories. Now, mind you that one decision, one GIG, one small win at a time. So here is what I want you to do. Pick one side hustle from today's video. Commit it to at least 30 days or 2 months in your life. and then track every dollar or every naira you every naira you earn at every hour and also at every lesson. You understand? When you have done this, come back and tell me how it goes in the comment section. I will reply every single one of it. All right, so if this video helped you, please hit that like button, share this video to friends who is struggling with debt, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on your notification bell for weekly videos that will help you to build your freedom brick by brick. So guys, until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep becoming the person your future self will thank you for later on. So see you guys in my next video. Bye.